9. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Oh, it's racing.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome to PTM Racing TV, now live here at USA International Speedway in Lakeland, Florida. The drivers have now kind of referenced back to the 1980s, 1970s, when open wheel was really anything and everything to the drivers, and they allowed them just to pretty much put whatever they want on the track and just make it a makeshift rig. That's pretty much what it's going to be like here now on PTM Racing TV. Hi, I am the Crusader, Christian Driver, joining you here as we get ready for tonight's action here, getting ready for the first field. We're about to take it down here and get to the racing here. It's time for some open wheel racing. Heat number 1 coming your way. Robert Brennan, the 96, win this field. Robert Conn, the 21, the 5, Chantal Bottle, and Matthew Myler in the 17 round out the field. This is literally the crux and the roots of our industry, and already you're seeing just kind of what we're talking about here. Look at this corner down out, turn number 3. Swinging it hard in. Robert Conn already with the advantage here, but he has to very much watch the corners and watch the exits here. There's going to be a lot of tough racing, a little bit of tough battling back and forth here with this kind of position, this kind of racing mentality. Usually you see drivers put fenders together, usually kind of put them closer in. This is literally just watch yourself and watch the car. If you can, take care of it. Don't break it down. Don't try to make any mistakes here. Things can get very tricky here in a heartbeat. Sliding it down, Conn right now trying to avoid draft line here from Robert Brennan here, trying to keep him away from that position, trying to toe tap it around. He knows there's a lot of areas that can go very bad, there's a lot of areas that can go extremely wrong as the field kind of moves into position, continue to charge on the board. Onboard camera here, really we didn't have a lot of camera angles we could use with these cars, so we decided to just kind of stick with the basics. And Robert Brenneman right now falling back behind. Matthew Myler now in challenge with the 5 of Chantal Bottle as the 17 Pepsi Cola machine looks to try to knock her off that spot. Pulls her up to the outside, gets a run there on the inside. That's exactly where you need to be. That's exactly where you gotta be. Makes the pass on in and makes the pass on around. Down the ends here, still fighting hard here. Matthew Myler in the 17 trying to hold the 5 down, but the 5 decides to throw it back at him. Hard charge here as they come down. Just a few more laps remaining here. Two to go, turns into 1 to go, this time by white flag high in the air for the Rattlesnake, Robert Conn. But the battle is in second place here as Myler and Bottle still continue to fight it out. Bottle trying to hold the bottom lane there, catch all the groove. Myler trying to get as close as he can to the bottom edge and run it down hard. Tires touch. Oh, that's why you don't touch the tires here on these open wheelers. Myler and Bottle denied. And they wreck it down the back straight away. Troubles in heat number 1 here for Myler and Bottle. They'll have to get it cleaned up and fixed for the main event here as Robert Kahn and Brenneman will take this one home. Oh boy, this is what we're about to expect, what we're about to witness. I think we're in for a little bit of a treat. This could get crazy. Close corner racing, close corner battles, and that old school feel. Myler comes across the line here, damaged bad on that right rear, on that left rear. Unfortunately, he'll definitely be a little bit more upset about it than anything, but I think those two can even it out in the pit. It'll be okay. E1 results on your screen. Robert Kahn wins this one. Second goes to Robert Brenneman. Third, Shanta Bottle. Fourth, Matthew Myler. Alright, here we go. Row number 1 here on the heat number 2 section. Nick Kern, 69, pilots it up. The outside of him is Cody McRae in 28. Row number 2 is Matthew Hofford in the double O. His outside. Stanley Pottle in the 48. That rounds out heat number 2. Let's not waste time then, race fans. Let's get back down to it. Field work their way on in right now, getting squared back up into position. As I currently have to fight off our little time ticker here, trying to get that squared away. Field will move their way on down. Yes, I know you can't really read the names there. Can't really read anything on that. Don't worry, I'll get that fixed up here in a minute if I can. I'm trying to get it squared up. Off of corner number 4 though, down onto the ends, down on the green flag restart zone. We're back underway. Cody McRae out of the gate. Surprise, surprise in the 28. SpongeBob machine takes the early advantage over the 69 of Kern. The cat dog, 69 of Kern, trying to make a move on him already, though. Looking to field it down in position. Found it down on the track. Oh, trouble there for Matthew Hoffer and Stanley Pottle. And both drivers colliding in. The left rear seems to be broken on the 48 of Stanley Pottle. Trouble down there for him. McRae has the early lead. Nick Kern still trying to catch up to him, though. McRae's going to have to be careful about that draft line, that draft pick. Knows that he can definitely get the better of him here. Chris Medford saying, "What's up, my man Chris? It's good to hear from you, sir. Good to have you back on board." We'll see a little bit of him come Thursday night here as he returns back in the Spartan IROC series. Certainly will be an interesting one to catch there, and it's certainly cool to see him back out on the track. Go on the onboard camera here with Nick Kern. Kern better be careful, though. Those Ghost Graphic Gremlins certainly like to attack him today, it seems like. We got the onboard camera here, Cody McRae. The first time he's been in the race lead this entire season, and now, for the first time I think we're ever seeing truly kind of his skill here in these cars. Seems like he's got this thing dialed up pretty well. Drafting's going to be a very big get up here. It's going to be a very big little circumstance. And these drivers know all too well how difficult it can be to hold down the line, hold down the field. Coming down around town we go. One more time by. We'll get the white flag. Fly high. McRae, your race leader. But Nick Kern trying to catch him here. Off of turn number 4 here. White flag high in the air here. You see McRae getting the draft zone already kind of cleans up. Kern's looking for every advantage he can get. Dives it a little high, brings it back down, sets the car up. Nicely done. Now he's going to have to watch the back straight. Watch Kern here pull them big maneuver. He's going for the inside. Can he lock it? No, he cannot lock it there in the corner. He comes down turn number 4. And the first time, Cody McRae will get a race win. It may have been just the heats, but that's still a win in his mind, and he will set it up for the big battle coming up ahead. Now he's going to be the number 2 driver on the field. Impressive stuff. I think we have one more heat coming up here. Stanley Powell kind of coming across the finish line here. Should be one more heat, I believe. Yep, one more heat to go. Alright, let's take a look at heat number 2 results still popping up on your screen. Cody McRae comes away the race winner for the first time on PTM Racing TV. Nick Kern will go second, third, and Matthew Hopfert, Stanley Powell, DNF'd. Alright, let's take a look at our grading order here now for heat number 3, final heat of the day. Tyler Ork will be in the number 8 as outside. It will be the 77 Bob Hutchins. And then out on row 2, Mike Rideout finishes your field with the 76. Captivate the field, captivate the track side here right now as the driver's prepared to get ready to go here. And I'm just going to throw this up real quick so I can try to get these technical difficulties out of the way. There we go, that works. When in doubt, trust in my little timeout machine. Lining them up down off turn number 4. This time on by. Green flag is high in the air. We're back up and running. And where did Bob Hutchins go? Bobby Hutchins did not get on the track. It'll be Mike Rideout, Tyler Ork battling out. So all Canadian field in this one. And Tyler Ork pretty much got the jump in the get here. Just on speed, just on the run alone. But again, that draft side, that will help out a lot here when it comes for Mike Rideout. If he can catch it right off the corner and stay off that wall, he might have a chance here, but that wall protection will not give him any breathers. You see the look of these cars. Obviously, these things are designed for road courses. That much is obvious, but they are certainly a handful to drive on the oval side of things. I've actually kind of messed around with these things at the Bull Ring in Las Vegas, and I'll be honest with you, they're pretty tough to tame over there. They're a little tricky to figure out. I don't know how they are to race, but I'm very curious, so. On a track like this, though, I do like this idea. You have kind of a paperclip style background. This one's a little bit longer in length, a little bit more straightened out, so the turns are a little more wide open for these guys to kind of figure out. I think the biggest thing is just the difference between who takes tires, who can figure out the runs, who can get the most speed here. That's kind of been the most glaring issue I've seen with these kind of driving styles, these kind of battles here. Looks like Hutchins, unfortunately, I'm getting word right now, blown motor inside the car. Apparently, he did not fix the transmission up enough, nor did he actually go in there and actually get the old school parts they had from the 1970s. Well, that's alright. We'll see him in the main event. Hopefully, let's give him a chance here, give him a fair shake. Tyler Ork right now caught up, though, by Mike Rideout here. Rideout trying to catch him on the corners ends. And you can see him just driving down low all the time in those straightaways. Again, he's trying to get the draft away from Rideout. You're probably wondering at home, why is that important? Well, again, these open wheel cars, they're pretty much open to the air and they're open to the field. When you line that car up, the way the aerodynamics of the car kind of push forward, there's really nothing that's pushing it back or anything. It's literally just kind of it's kind of like just really a plane cockpit. All you gotta do is just line that thing up with the air and travel through it like nothing. Just kind of sprints through it. It's the best way I can explain it. White flag out in the air, by the way, for heat number 3, our final heat of the day. Rideout trying to catch up there at Ork. Tyler Ork, though, not going to give this one up that easily. Not going to get this one up to just anybody. It will be Tyler Ork winning in heat number 3 here. He'll have Mike Rideout finishing second place. And now the A main is coming your way, race fans, here in just a brief fleeting moment. Let's take a look at our results, though, for heat number 3 here. Bobby Hutchins, again, unable to race DNF, but Tyler Ork and Mike Rideout will come away first and second, respectively. Drivers now preparing after they get done with warm-ups here. Warm-ups are now complete. They're going to go ahead and get them set for the A main event. So here's how we're going to start them up. On the pole, Robert Kahn, 21, will be the starter. His outside, Cody McRae in 28. Row number 2 is Tyler Ork in the 8's outside, Robert Brenneman in the 96. Row number 3 is Nick Kern in 69's outside, Mike Rideout, that's 76. Row 4, C. Chantel, the throttle pod on the 5 to her outside, that's Matthew Hopper in the 00. Row 5 sees Bobby Hutchins. The 77 is outside. That'll be Matthew Myler in the 17. Row number 6, final starter, 48. That's Stanley Bottle. So field now is set in place, set in motion, race fans. We're getting ready for this one. We hope you do much of the same. The field getting ready to drive this one to the ground and right out on the track. So here we go, race fans. Coming off the ends of turn number 4. Stand on your feet, shake the ground, shake the hands, wave the crowd, wave them on in. Let's get them going. It's parade lap time here on the front straightaway. This field of over 10 drivers here right now making the cut, making the charge. Bobby Hutchins, unfortunately, still blown motor, could not get back out on the track. Huge field. Considering what we have seen before here with these cars, this could be an interesting show, or it can be a complete and all-out mayhem and exciting night of day of racing. Remember, coming up next, Las Vegas Motor Speedway will see the championship round. 4 drivers remain. Who will be the Green Mountain Grill Truck Championship champion winner? We'll find out when we get there when time comes. But for now, step back, enjoy the show. Let's take it old school. Throwback time. Let's go racing. Oh, no. That's not how we start the race, my friends. Yellow flag is out. Mike Rideout, Matthew Myler, and Matthew Hofford all involved in a wreck. We were just getting ready to start this one up, and next thing you know, everything just went completely out of the drain. What has happened here? Let's take a look at the PTM replay. I was really just about to call this one, and everything just kind of went haywire from there. See if we get a look at it here. That's definitely a pile-up, all right, but who started the pile-up? See the flagman off in the distance here. I don't know who started that one exactly. I think maybe we're getting word right now it might have been something to do with the initial start. Let's watch that 69 here. I don't know if maybe he did not get off the line. And looks like Matthew Hofford out of the gate just kind of clipped Mike Rideout, unfortunately. And that's where everything started there. And then Nick Kern gave a little love tap there to Cody McRae. I think these guys have forgotten that they're not in fender cars anymore. They've got open wheels. These things don't like to be touched, nor do you want them to touch anything. I think they'll get the point eventually, though. Well, race fans, also, if you've been following up on our ends here and on our race-wise, you know that we've got a couple of big races coming up throughout this season, throughout this battle here, and things certainly are getting bigger and bigger as we progress on. We have some new things we're still working on here. We're still wanting to keep hush-hush, but we do have a little special event that may turn into a longer series if you guys wanted to, coming on Saturday nights. I'm not going to spoil it. I will let you'll see it on our Twitter handle later on here in the day. But for now, anyway, we're currently getting squared back up here right now. Field trying to get this one wrapped back on the track, trying to get away from the crashing and bashing and more to the racing side of things. Cody McRae right now, though, I got a feeling this is probably the biggest moment and opportunity of his career. He is literally in the race lead and has a chance, actually, with this car. By the way, it was Robert Brenneman that I might mention, not Nick Kern, that I ended up giving McRae the little love tap there off turn number 3. Mike Rideout here, Matthew Hopper, and Robert Connor all trying to get back up there to the field. Everybody is there except Mike Rideout, who is coming off of turn number 2 right now. Well, they did say this would be pushing some limits. Well, this track definitely pushed more than just a few limits. This place will literally push you to your insanity point. I'll say that much. We've seen literally everything raced here: the Cup cars, Xfinity, trucks, down Formula V's. We've seen street stocks. We've seen legends. We've seen the late models, super late models. Don't think there's anything we're forgetting there on that end. We've seen quite a bit raced on this track. It's just a versatile track, and personally, in my opinion, it's not the best track, but it's a very good track to run on if you have the right setup and your right equipment, as well as the right drivers. I mean, that's the biggest thing. But this place, to me, it's kind of a one-line style track here, with the outside kind of coming into play every now and then. So, depending on how you look at it, it can make for good racing, or it could just make for some racing. But I think right now we can get some really good racing in if these guys and gals can just kind of clear this one up and focus on the track. Here we go, back onto the race lead. We're back underway. And it looks like Tyler Orrick deciding not to try to invade and go with the race. Looks like he wants to go with the flow and stay behind it all. Moving up through the field right now. Every driver for themselves here looking to get something going. Moving up in here, 3 wide salute now all of a sudden. Wait a minute, off turn number 4. Mike right out here kind of pushing, and Tyler working the 8 to try to move in the field. Stanley Powell trying to get out of the way of all of it. Every driver for themselves here. They're all trying to evade and eviscerate down on the corner ends. Nick Kern has now caught Cody McRae here on the outside. McRae trying to hold the bottom lane down, though, trying to make Kern work for this one. Side by side, they both are dueling it out here now. It is time for the 5 of Chantal Bottle to kind of sneak her way into this field. Nick Kern, knowingly road course racing background. He's been tough to beat before. This is no exception. The Cat and Dog 69 trying to stay ahead of McRae here, with the 28 trying to hold down the field, trying to hold down the fort. Onboard camera here with Tyler Orrick here as he continues to try to make his way back to the field here. Backed off early just to kind of give himself some breathing room, some time to think about this. Now it's really time to start making charges, make some runs here. That draft package, again, usually it works extremely good when you're entering into corners, entering into certain turns on a road course. But an oval, that's a different story. Right now, though, I'd say, honestly, they're getting some good speed, some pretty good runs out here to make it work. And the rattlesnake Robert Kahn, oh, you see those tires kind of put right in between. That's literally the scariest thought if you're a driver as a fan as well. You're just thinking, oh no, this can't end well. They kept it clean though. 21 and the 5, battle it out yet again. I don't know how many times we're going to keep seeing Colin and Pottle continue to just drive out here and race each other like nobody's business. But you can't say it ain't fun to watch sometimes. Just to give you an idea of what it's like in that car right now. Take a look at the onboard camera here. Cody McRae. This is literally what he's seeing right now. He's just trying to make sure those tires don't get too close and get too far. One little wrong error, one long little spot. That could very well be the end of it. Down on the end right now, the 5 taking back the bottom lane here from the 21, trying to catch that 69. Kern right now just moving through the field and moving to the chains. Looks like the bottom lane starting to wear out a little bit. Looks like topside might come in. Drivers seem to be going more up towards that rubber banding there on entry, and actually driving a little harder down off the exit, trying to build speed there. There may have been a little bit of oil mixed on the front straightaway here due to that little wreck, and I think that might have actually transferred over to the tires and to the turns, which in turn most drivers were going to the bottom anyway, so it may have slicked up a little bit. It's not hard to tell from that angle and that vantage point, but something kind of gives me that expression, that idea that that might be the case here. Some serious battling back and forth here between Myler, Rideout, and Brenneman. Each driver trying to stand clear of each other. I'm so not used to this open wheel racing, man. I'm holding my breath just thinking, please don't wreck out, and then realizing, like, this is how it used to be. This used to be if you're a racing fan, you know that we grew up from the bootlegger days. But you know as well as anything that for open wheel cars, then they had USAC and sprint cars and all of them on the asphalt for dirt, whatever it may be, or even now to the IndyCar to Formula One days. What you had is what you see right now, which is you just took your car, you just pretty much took some sheet metal, if you could, to get some fabrication, put an engine in it, kind of tie up some treads and put up a power steering a little thing in there, and there you go. You've got a race car. That's exactly what this used to be like. This is actually what it used to kind of run like. And it's crazy now. We've kind of gone back to it a little bit, and Kahn seems to be thriving right now with it because he's getting a pretty good run on that 6.9 Nick Kern. Kern trying to hold him back here, trying to hold him off. But now even Matthew Hoffert initiating the draft here with Kahn here. Looks like he might have something going on. Stanley Kahn on Mike right out though. In for a little collision course. Both drivers collided down there. There's no caution. They will let him refire. These guys hitting speeds upwards of 91 miles per hour, 92 and 97 at times, literally just from the draft here. If you hit 100, that's because you literally just drafted so perfectly in that turn and in the corners. Easier said than done, though, I'll tell you that much. McGray, man, he's having some problems down there, though. Looks like he might have overused the tires a little bit, trying to fight off Kern. And he's falling further and further back into the field right now, struggling. 5 Chantel Bottle using her street smarts she's learned from the Deleras here on those Daytonas and Talladega races. Laid back sooner, then went harder up later. She's going quick. She's going pretty fast here. Might have a chance. See if maybe she's got anything left here to kind of put up on the boys here. Oh, man, I'm just holding my breath every time I see those guys just go right up in there. You can see how close it is. They are literally within an inch. A grasp of just putting a tire together and then ruining all their races. Oh, and that's it right there. I was talking about it. It happens off turn number 4. And the Liquid Dev 00 of Matthew Hoffert gets sent to the shuttle realm with the 78. 6, excuse me, Mike Rideout. Yeah, nearly about 10 laps to go. That might have just changed things up a little bit on our end here. Let's take a look at the replay. This one got a little chaotic here. This is a pretty good battle here, and then everything just kind of flip-flopped. Tyler Orrick, looked like he just overdrove it. He didn't know probably where that front bumper was, where that wheel was, and he got a little too close there to Hoffert. Hoffert had nowhere to go. He gets sent to the shadow realm. Yeah, I guarantee you he's not too thrilled about that. Last night at Pedal to the Metal Racing League, got taken for a little bit of a wild ride on the last lap as they were coming down to the straightaway here. Told me earlier that really, I don't know what it is with me and my luck on racing or broadcasting. I don't know if it's you that's doing it, but I just hope I can finally catch a break once in a while. Well, I don't think he's going to get it tonight, unfortunately. Give credit where credit's due, though. He put up a good fight, put on a good show. Coming off the ends, turn number 4, this time on by race fans. Gonna square these guys away. Gonna stand our caution just one more time. Looks like we'll go to 6 laps to go on the initial restart. Nick Kern, Robert Kahn, Chantel Bottle, Matthew Myler, they're all in the sanctuary of getting a good run and a good charge here for the win. But can they focus and be dead set on holding the line down? That is going to be the big question here. Remember, coming up also here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, get ready because we're going to be visiting you here shortly The Green Mountain Girls Fast Fun Truck Series Season Championship is coming up next. We will have an interview with the top 4 drivers and get their thoughts before entering into the battlefield that they will then try to claim as their title off of turn number 4. Green flag, back out. Hard moves out of the gate. 5 now. Chantal Bottle looking to try to make something work here. Don trying to hold his line down here and trying to block and evade. The Chantal Bottle does not approve though. She'll make a move down on the ends. Turn number 3 and 4 looking for the runoff. And look at Cody McRae now. Literally almost like a ghost reviving himself like a phoenix. Rising from the ashes. He busts the 28 right into the side there. Nick Ernie, they go for a wild tumble and a ride out turn number 1. Oh my goodness. Well, we'll just leave this one up to you guys and go visit the PTM Instant Replay. I don't even know what the heck happened here. I just know that was a wild wreck there for the 69. Kern certainly did not want to be put in that spot. And well, unfortunately, I think he got thrown into it. McRae looked like from this angle here, looked like he didn't know where Kern was at. It looked like Kern actually came down on him, though, as McRae was holding the line. Looks like he might have slightly drifted up. It's kind of hard to tell from that angle. From my end, it looked like McRae was pretty much where he needed to be, and everything else just kind of happened as it happened. We'll go to the gyro cam here and take a look at McRae's side of things. Watch carefully here. Watch the wheel, watch the steering here. Yeah, Nick Kern, honestly, he just looked like he brought it down and got into McRae. And you can see that right front tire there, it did get slightly bent up in the initial hit. How bad does that affect the 28? We'll have to find out. Remember, he needs that right front tire to actually get some grip, to let the left sides here just pretty much kind of rotate the car around. The right sides are going to be the biggest key factor to these cars and how they perform. McRae still looking for his first win ever. Robert Brenneman looking for his first win. Matthew Hoffer looking for a win after so long. Stanley Pottle looking for his first win still. It's a war zone right now for these drivers, and they know only the best can win and only the best will survive to compete again. But at this moment, if they want to win, they'll have to find a way to take down the 2 toughest drivers in this league, if you ask me. Chantal Bottle and Robert Kahn. All around, both drivers can literally take it to the limit, take it to the extreme, and they will make you work for everything you've got, no matter who you are or where you are. I've seen them race against legit NASCAR drivers. I've seen them race against drivers in the iRacing community that could literally probably topple anybody, take down anyone that involves in these battles. And they've been able to hang with them. They've been able to actually beat them before. Will they be able to do it again? Double file them up. Restart zone now engaged. Green, white, checkered attempt, number 1. Gone trying to warm the tires up. He wants to make sure that the heat is starting to really build back up. He's got some grip down there. Wants to shake off all that dust and all that grime from the rocks and the pellets left out on the track. Without that, with that stuff left on your tires, you have no grip and you can spin easily. Just trying to watch it here. Doesn't want to let that be the case here. Doesn't want to be in a situation in that spot. Off of turn number 4. Awaiting the arrival of the green flag. Next time by, it'll be white. Here we go. Last chance. Golden opportunity coming up. They'll swing it right around. Turn number 2. And McRae with a big run on that 21, but here comes the 5, driving it hard on the outside. Might have a chance here, trying to get a runoff here on the 21, trying to make him work for everything they've got. Here they come, white flag, high in the air. They'll come across the line. Which one's it going to be? McRae trying to do one last push and shove. Oh, he gets a little loose there. 5 slowing down tremendously here and smack dab right into the field. smashed it right in the corners. Hopper trying to get one last run on that 21. Trying to catch him off turn number 4 to the finish line, though. It's going to be Robert Kahn walking away with this one. Hoffer comes away second, surprisingly so, after all he took air. And maybe the toughest break of them all, maybe the 5, Chantel Bottle. Looked like everything just completely nullified on her end and just lost it and lost the run. Quite the showcase, quite the race. Kahn goes back to back for another week. He certainly does not hold back on the field. He does not hold back on the track. And puts up another W in the win column. So he is your race winner here today, race fans. We'll talk with the top 3 in just a brief moment. This is certainly going to be interesting to hear from these drivers here. We'll take a little look at our finishers though here in this finale here for the A main. Here is the results now popping up on your screen. Robert Kahn wins it. Second goes to Matthew Hoffert. Third to Cody McRae. Fourth to Matthew Myler. Fifth to Mike Rideout. Sixth to Tyler Orrick. 7th, Stanley Pottle. 8th to Nick Kern. 9th to Robert Brenneman. Chantel Paul goes 10th. Bobby Hutchins was D and F. D and Q, excuse me, was not a part of the race here. Cody McRae, though, man, give the man credit and give him credit where credit's due. Comes away a top 3 here today, and he now joins me here in the bomb box here right now. McRae, congratulations on a 3rd place finisher, sir. Definitely a long time coming. It seemed like you had a pretty solid car for most of the race here throughout. McRae, if you're talking about, we ain't got no copy here, buddy. Hold on, folks. Maybe it might be my end here. Let's try this again. Cody, you got a copy? Alright, hold on. You got me now? Okay, hold on one sec here, folks. We may be able to do it this way here. Just give me 1 second. Cody, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
There we go. So, hey, man, right now, a race win here today and a big victory for you and your crew. Certainly was a lot of work to do and a lot of ways to play it out here, but nevertheless, you come away today with a solid finish and a big victory. What's it like here for the 3rd place finish?
Man, I'm very excited about it. I mean, I wasn't expecting to get 3rd. I mean, there was a lot of drafting. I mean, I fell to the back a little bit, held out a little bit, and had a couple of cautions and got back up there. Was trying to get 2nd, maybe the win, but I'm happy with 3rd tonight.
Certainly indeed. Now, I know really there was a lot of stuff going on down there, and there's a lot of craziness in between, but with the way this has been playing out and this way this series has been going for you here, does this win kind of help the confidence boost up a little bit more to go into the next set of battles?
Yeah, it's always a confidence boost. I mean, even when you get a top 5, but with the top 3, I mean, it gives a good confidence boost, and we're looking forward to next week and maybe hopefully a win next week.
Certainly indeed here. Well, nevertheless, McRae, I mean, I know this one was a big victory in the heats and definitely a solid race coming for you. Who do you want to thank here today for this finish?
I just like to thank Pottles for letting me be in the league. I know we had the PS4 league, and we switched over to iRacing, and she was wanting me in a couple of months ago and didn't have it. So finally got iRacing and got in the league, and I'm just thankful for that.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, though, it's been a complete craziness in between here for you and your crew, but a big congratulations on your top 3 finish, sir.
Thanks, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cody McRae comes away with the 3rd place finish here today. Coming away 2nd, though, here tonight, well, we'll have to give it to Matthew Hoffert here in that 00. Hoffert, this was a wild one from the get-go. A bit of a crazy spot or two in between. You got wrecked out on the final laps here, but then you just brought it right back to life, come up 2nd. Kahn definitely seemed to kind of overshoot you, though, on those restarts.
Yeah, those restarts were a little touchy, but we managed to creep it back up in there. I think if we had a few more laps, we would have had something for him.
Certainly indeed here now. I know this was definitely a bit of a different experience, different kind of little race around. What was it like for you to try to drive these cars out on the track? 'Cause this was a bit different to say the least here.
Well, they're really not bad. Like once you get into your top gear there, they kind of cruise. Just ease off the gas a little bit and let it set into the corners, and it does most of the work for you. But if you hit anything, ooh wee, it's all over.
It certainly is. Well, nevertheless, though, everything stayed in touch, stayed in line. You were able to at least come away with a solid position and end to this one. So, the second place finisher today, who do you want to thank you for that?
PTM Racing TV for the broadcasting, Pushing Limits Racing League, and all the racers that come out tonight. Congrats on Archon for the win, and all the friends and family watching at home.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, here, Hofford, a big spot here for you and a big finish to say the least. Congratulations on your second place finisher today.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Matthew Hoffer comes away second, while all of a sudden the Robert Rattlesnake Khan comes away another victory here. So, Khan, congratulations on that race win. And it just seems like no matter what happens, you just seem to find the runs and find the momentum just really straight in above everyone else. How are you able to do it?
Man, just getting lucky. Just on a streak of wins. So I'll ride it while it lasts, But this weekend I've been a little under the weather, so I'm just happy to. Maybe I need to get more sick more often. Had some good luck this week.
Certainly, indeed. I know, obviously, still kind of getting over that flu, kind of everything in between. But, man, this one's been definitely a bit of a handful to really handle with these cars. How difficult was it for you to get a grip of these things?
It wasn't too bad. I mean, everyone was pretty even. The draft was really key in the whole thing. You could have a good distance on someone and they would catch right back up and make a move on you. So that was the hardest part, was just kind of feeding the draft left or right to keep them even with each other. But the draft was key there.
Absolutely. Well, nevertheless, though, a big victory and a huge win here for you and your crew yet again, going back-to-back 2 weeks in a row. Who do you want to thank you for that?
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate my brother and everyone watching every week, and I appreciate Gearhead Coffee, because that was the only reason I was able to drive tonight. So, but appreciate you guys.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, Con, congratulations on your race win, and we'll catch you next time on the by here, sir.
Thanks, man. Take care. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, Robert Kahn comes away here with the W. And that really will wrap it up here on for the Push the Limit side of things. Race fans, when we come back to you live, it will be for the Green Mountain Girls Fast Fun Truck Series. Give us about 10 or so minutes, and we'll join you guys again. For now, though, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you here soon.